No, going up and just say what you.
Oh, it was a better life. I'll tell you the truth. We were all happy. With people in the building, we used to go down the second floor, the third floor. We would talk to the people to give you coffee. You know, they sit
Up and down the stairs.
up and down. And I used to go 2 or 3 times up and down the stairs, but it didn't. It was good. It was exercise going up and down. I didn't mind as long as I had a good heart. So I used to enjoy it. Yeah.
And now,
No, well, I like it, but I like the old way yet. I do like the old way. I feel I was happy. I used to go up I used to go to different flights, and I would meet people. I would talk to them, or they would have coffee. We would have coffee. We would enjoy it. It was something beautiful. And today, everybody is, it's like a hotel now. Every door's in the Casa Maria and all. All tight. It ain't like years ago. Everything is now television, inside.
Keep their doors open, the entrance doors open. Nobody was afraid of anything. There's some friends who always come to see you. They tap at the door and come in the house. That was great. Now they keep all the doors locked, the outside doors.
That's right.
locked. And they have to call you up before they come to see you. That's money. Money. But before it was all for nothing. And the neighbors were so wonderful. We're all one family in a building. If they see you go up and down the stairs, they come out to their door, say, hi, how are you? Good morning. They talk to you so nice.
And the smell of macaroni, the gravy.
You don't see nobody in the house.
No. Today, years ago, when I used to come out of church, I used to like, you know what I used to enjoy? Go by, walking down the street there, and there you could smell people. They're making gravy, macaroni, or they bake chicken and all that. We used to enjoy that kind of way of living. Now, everything is, they have inside of the place there, they have a place that, what do you call it, the air, that make the air go out. When you cook. Yeah. And all the smell goes up. And years ago, it was beautiful. It was so, people were different. You wasn't afraid to go out. You enjoyed life. Today, you don't. You go in and come out. You're afraid to go out at night. You don't know when you're going to get hit on the head.
where do you live now?
I live on 120 Commercial Street. And
Where did you live before?
I lived on Richmond Street. I lived on Richmond, and I lived on Garden Court Street. Well, the people on Garden Court Street, it was one big family around that street. In the summer nights, we'd all sit outside with people who would have cantaloupe, and we'd have watermelon. We would eat outside. Yeah, we used to have lemonade outside. We used to, at night, it was like a picnic at night. Everybody was, it was like, we were like brothers and sisters over there. It was like a one big family. Today, I feel lost. I feel like we have, everything changed here.
People are changed.
It's heavy on my leg.
Old North End has changed. Everything's changed.
Are you in the new housing too, Josie?
I live in Casa Maria.
How do you like it?
It's all right.
And what's about the difference between now and then?
I lived in a house before. The house shows you go down to see neighbors, or they stand down the door, you talk to them, say good morning, how are you, have a lovely day. And that meant a lot. Today, I go down my house, you don't see nobody in the building, you don't see a soul. You push the button, go down the elevator, there's nobody there. You can drop dead, by the way. Nobody knows. The other day, my daughter was to the house, and I was making toast. So I said, what happened? We're talking. So I don't know, all at once, when I had the toast burned and the whole kitchen got all full of smoke. My house got all full of smoke. I opened the door and everything, but nobody would ever come out. I said, oh my God, what do I do here? Because there's no ventilation. The smoke would go from one end to another. I had to put the air conditioner on, I had to put the fan on. Finally, I got all the smoke out. I was bad, but still nobody would come out and say, what's the matter?
It's different than when you're living
Yeah, what's the matter? Nobody would come out and say, what happened? Terrible. I live in there.
You used to go up and down the stairs.
Yes, of course.
Do you miss that?
I do miss it very much. I don't care, my leg was all right going up and down. Really out. That's right. Just because I had a little accident, when I felt I couldn't go up and down too good. I used to go up and down one step at a time. I go up one step at a time. And that's what made it hard. But still in all, it was a home I lived in. It was a very nice building I lived in.
And you were forced out?
No. I went out by myself for the elevator. That's why I moved out, for the elevator.
But now you miss the stairs.
For now, I miss the whole house. Not only the stairs, I miss everything. I don't miss only the stairs. I miss the whole building. I miss the whole house. I miss my rooms. I miss everything. I lived there 42 years.
A nice flat.
A beautiful flat. Now, what do I see? I don't see nothing. I live there. Where I live now, I see all rooftops. That's all I see. Who enjoys that? I see one of the eagles when they go by. That's all I see. An airplane when it goes by. That's all. That's all I see. Who wants that? I see all antennas. I see all the building antennas. Who likes that? Forget it. How will I start?
I know. You started telling me about.
I was in Haverhill. I
Yeah.
lived in Haverhill when I came here to America. Came here in 1914. And I don't know, vai che ci passato per via, ci passato sto vai. It's gonna go in there too.
Talk.
Oh, this is awful. Well, I came here with my mother in 1914. And we landed, I think it was Charlestown. And because we got into a team, and right away they took us to my sister's house on Henchwood Street, 7 Henchwood Street. Well, my sister didn't have too much room there, but my had 3 brothers and 1 sister here, all single. And so finally they had our house ready in Haverhill for us to go live there. So finally we went to Haverhill. So we went to Haverhill, we lived there, and then jobs were very hard to find at the time. And as soon as my mother arrived here in America, the first letter from Italy.
Whereabouts?
From Salemi. The first, because my father was supposed to come here after my mother was here.
Yeah.
My mother came first. He had to sell the property in Italy, and we had oil. When you make olive refinery, used to make oil. Finally, he had to sell all his property. He had land and property. He had to sell all that. And in the meantime, so my mother here felt that my mother needed my brothers to wash clothes and sew their suits and everything, because my mother was a wonderful dressmaker. My mother took me to America with her to thread her needles, because my mother's eyes were not being too good. She was 45 years old and her vision wasn't too well. And she took me along with her to thread her needles. I was only 8 years old when I came here. Anyway, so finally, as I said, we went to Haverhill. My brothers had the house all ready for us, you know, and we lived there very happily. My sister and my 3 brothers. Finally, there wasn't too much work. Oh, as I said, the first letter my father got for my mother from Italy, it said, "My dear wife, come back." Because in the meantime that we were on the way, coming on the boat, my brothers sent a letter to my mother, say, "Dear mother, do not take the trip anymore, because in America it's very bad right now, depression."
What year was that?
1914. There's no jobs, and it was very hard to make a living. So as soon as my mother got this letter, she was sorry, she was on her way, but what are you going to do? She stayed here 6 years. My mother used to work, everything, but anyway. So finally we were in Haverhill, as I said, and then jobs are very hard to find, so we moved back here to Boston. We're in the North End. Finally, one of my brothers used to go look for a job all the time. One of them worked. 2 of them worked, in fact. One of them, he was 25 years old, and he used to go look for a job, and he never could find work. So finally, one day, he decided to go make himself volunteer to the army, because the army broke up, the World War. So finally volunteered to the army. So when he came home, told my mother, he said, "Mother, I went and signed up, volunteer for the army." My mother said, "Oh, my dear son, why did you do that for?" "Oh," he says, "I won't see you anymore now." "Oh, mother," he says, "don't feel like that. This is America. They will send us home every once a month to see our family." But my brother went away, and he never came back. There was no furlough for my brother. They took him straight to France.
Tell me about what, you know,
When he was going away. Well, in the morning
Tell me
when he
that story.
left, when he left for the army, they must have left from Charlestown because there was a big boat, all soldiers playing the band over there, by a bond over there, and we will march till it's over there. So finally, the flags were flying. We were on the pier, the North End Pier. We used to have a pier in the North End because now they broke it down. A beautiful pier. Everybody used to go there to get air and everything. Well, anyway, 100,000 of people on the pier watching their beloved ones going away to the army. What I said, it was like. Today, I feel that was manslaughter because all young boys. Well, anyway, and they all were saying goodbye, waving to their loved ones, and the flags were waving, and the boys were waving back to us, and the band was playing. So finally, as I said, my brother went away and never came back. So finally, after a while, I don't remember how long it was, I was only 11 years old at the time, he wrote a letter to my mother, "Dear mother, send me a newspaper from Boston. Let me know how the world is, how the war is going on. Let me know, what they're talking about and how far it's going, But anyway, so my mother sent him a package, but he never got the package. My brother was lost in action. Well, anyway, they said and tell us that he was lost in action. But finally, my mother, how could he be lost? I used to go with my mother to the State House, the council, Italian council, to get news from my brother from France. Almost every day we used to go to see if they had any news because they couldn't find him. Finally, after 6 months, they sent us a telegram that he was lost in action. He was dead. They couldn't find him. That awful? Well, after 6 months of all this, they wanted to send the body back to my mother. But my mother said, "Gee, 6 months. You didn't know where he was. Lost in action. Who are you going to send me now after 6 months?" So we didn't even take the body here. So I don't know where he's.
Yeah. That's an exciting story.
He was. He died. Maybe one head here and another body there. Oh, it's very sad. It was very sad. Very sad.
So what did you do growing up here?
Well, I grew up, and then my mother went to Italy, and I was left with my brother, one of my brothers here in America. And then I got married, and was happily married, and that was the end of all that.
And you always lived on North Margin Street?
Oh yes, I always lived here in the North End.
What was that like, Josie? What was it like living in North Margin Street?
I loved I loved my house. I loved my house too bad, no doubt. Nice part. It's all right where I am. It's all right. It's nice. Casa Maria house, a beautiful house. We have elevator going up,
But
we have
you
security.
were saying you missed the old
Oh
house.
yes, nothing like it. We have security because they lock our doors up at night. And we have security. Where I lived before, I always feared fires, I always feared fires. But now I don't fear that no more because I feel these are, new walls, they brick walls, they can't get burned. Maybe one flat will burn, but not the others, not the whole building go down, And I feel more secure. That's the end of that. It's the end of the story.
That was a nice story you were telling me.
I should have told you when I landed from Italy. I came here with the Canopy White Star Line Canopy boat. That boat I came in, the name was Canopy. We came with a White Star Line.
Do you remember the ride over?
Oh yes, of course.
What
All
was
I used
that?
to see, all I see was ocean and blue water, blue skies and blue water. It's a good thing we didn't stay too long. We started from Italy at the 20th of May, and we got here the 1st of June. It wasn't long at all. It wasn't too long. You think it was long? No, it wasn't too long at all. But my mother was always sick, so the boat was hard. And I used to go play with the kids. I was only 8 years old. And once we saw big fish coming up on the boat. It was almost coming up on the boat. Everybody screamed, "The fish, the fish!" It must have been a whale. It must have been a big whale. Everybody screamed, "The fish, the fish!" Oh my God. Oh, we were scared, but anyway. Because he made all the water come all over the boat. I don't understand how he did that. Until he got all wet. The fish came so high, he made all the water come all over the boat.
What was the first thing you remember when you came here? When you saw America, what did you think?
Oh, I don't know. They put us on a team, you know, in a horse, the team with the horses, and all the trunks on the team. And that was that, and then my brothers took me to my sister's house. Anyway, one day I was walking down the street, and my brother's was on North Square, never forget it. He was walking down the sidewalk. My brother bought me some bananas. And so he says to me, eat one. So I got one and I peeled it, and I threw the skin on the sidewalk. A policeman was going by and he saw me throw the skin on the sidewalk. He says to me, you must not do that, pick it up. So in English, but anyway, I understood him in Italian, and I picked the skin up and I put it back in the bag.
You understood what he said?
Oh yeah, I understood what he said. He told me to pick it up. So I did pick it up, put it back in the bag. Today, they throw everything in the streets. It looks like a pig alley today. The streets today are very dirty. And by the 1914, I came to America, they're very clean. Very clean.
So you remember the war, you remember the Depression.
I remember everything. Oh, I remember everything. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember President Roosevelt that put everything straightened out, you know, WPA, and for all people to work, and welfare people, they're very good. He used to give us eggs.
Do you remember
used to give us steaks, used to give us potatoes and beans. Oh my God, flour, sugar.
Do you remember when the World War I ended?
Oh yeah, sure.
What happened here? Do you remember?
Oh, everybody, you know, all the whistles were going on, the fifings were going on, the war was over, and somebody made like a clown, you know what you call a man, all stuffed with hay, and they were carrying it with music all over the streets. That was supposed to be, I forgot, that was that supposed to be? Ku Klux Klan, I forgot, Joan of Arc. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was. I must have been Joan of Arc, I don't know who it was. But they're carrying him all over the streets with, the band playing. The war was over. That was it for World War I. It was all over. It was great.
You know.
We'll be right back.
Experience Italy like never before, traveling with a scheduled group or create your own bespoke tour with friends with philitaly.co. Pack your bags and follow Phil. That's www.philitaly.co.
You know, the other day you were telling me about a hotel or something
it's
happens.
like a hotel. All the sick people sit in the lobby. They watch all. When you come out the elevator, the elevator's here, and they're all there sitting down. Everybody looks so high. I said to them one day, I think some of these days, a fly's going to shit right in your mouth. You can't, you feel like I don't know how to explain to you.
Maybe it's kind of cold over there.
I don't know how to explain to you.
You were telling me about how the old apartment was with the people.
Oh yeah.
What was that like?
People were friendly in the other apartment. I don't know. You go out, you feel so happy. Nobody noticed you. You know what I mean? If they did, the neighbors see you, say, "Good morning, how are you?" That was nice. Where are you going? Going to the club? Where are you going shopping? But over here, it's a different atmosphere. Very much so. Different atmosphere. Very different.
Cold, yeah.
Cold. You're here now. I'm here now. I don't know. Worst part of it all is they gave me a handicapped apartment. I don't know why they gave me a handicapped apartment for. I can dance on their head. I told them I belong to 10 clubs. I don't know why they gave me that apartment for. Terrible. I don't know why. I'm very unhappy here. I said, would you like to live in a handicapped apartment? He says, no. Well, why did you give it to me for? I said, I'm never home. It's terrible. I don't know why in the world they gave it to me for. I have no idea. It's terrible. They should never give me that apartment. So it's the end
Did you
of
ever
that.
go back to Italy?
No, I don't want to go back to Italy because all I face the sky and the water. I never could go back to Italy. Even on an airplane, I couldn't go back because I feel, oh my God, all I used to see was sky and water. You know what I mean? The blue sky and the blue water. Oh, I couldn't. The boat all alone in the middle. Couldn't do that. I never could go back to Italy. It left me a bad impression.
What, the boat ride?
The
Or
boat ride left me a very bad impression.
what were the conditions like?
As young as I was. Oh, we used to get our food. We used to have coffee. We used to have that Italian roast coffee. I could never drink it. I couldn't drink coffee in America until I was 21 years old because my neighbor made me a cup of coffee with the milk. That's how I got used to drinking coffee with milk. Oh, that coffee used to be so strong. I can't understand.
That's a real.
And no milk. They give you no milk to the coffee over there. It was all plain black
How
coffee.
come your mother got? You said your mother was getting sick.
Well, no, on the boat, she usually gets sick. Everybody throws up, you know. It's hard. It wasn't easy.
Yeah. You remember everything real good.
I do, I certainly do. I remember I used to be in Italy, and I used to, even my house I remember, we used to have upstairs and downstairs. Downstairs my father used to have barrels of wine, barrels of olives, you know, oh my God, it was wonderful. And upstairs we used to have the dining room, and the bedrooms were upstairs. Well, see, my father had a lot of land with grapes, plum trees near my outdoor, orange trees, oh my God. Oh, right in the outdoor we had our tomato plants, you know, it was so beautiful. And when I was young, you know, in the morning I used to go with a little knife. I used to go and pick prickle pears, and I used to eat as many as I could. Prickle pears. Delicious. I used to have them behind you. They used to get so blinded. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to eat too many of them. But anyway. And sometimes I used to get a little basket, and I used to take a little knife with me, and I used to go the grapevine, and I used to go and sit right under where the grapes are all nice and yellow, mellow, yellow. It's the only ones I like, nice and yellow. So I used to sit down and eat all I could. After that, I eat all I could. I used to start picking them, put them in the basket, and take them home to my mother. It's beautiful. You know, in Italy, when we used to have showers in Italy, we used to have roads, like, you know. And on the road, the middle of the road, after the showers, we used to have snails. You know the babalushi, the snails. And you know, I used to get the basket to go pick them up. I used to pick them up. Oh, it was so wonderful. Italy's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And it used to rain, you know. When it used to rain, you know, my brother and my sisters, they, you know, we had a barn right near the house. And they used to send me, across the barn, we used to have an orange tree. They used to send me to pick oranges for them at the end of the orange tree. I used to pick the orange and throw it at them in the barn. Wait till I tell you. So as I said, to my mother. So in the winter, you know, when it used to get cold, you know, grapevine was over, my mother used to get all the grapes and tie it. And she used to hang it up, maybe it was something, you know, over the beds in the rooms. So, you know what I used to do? I used to get a chair and climb on the bed, and I used to take the grape and eat. Not only that, you know, the fig tree, my mother used to cut them in halves, and she used to dry them. And she used to dry them, and they dry, they get all white sugar. Oh, they're good. And my mother used to place them in a basket, you know, and she used to place them on a bed, nice for the winter, you know, for us to have. So they used to be on a shelf, over the bed, on a shelf. I used to climb on a chair and take the figs and eat them. It was terrible. I was a very bad girl. I should have done that, but I used to. I was a devil. I was a devil when I was young. I still love the figosicche. We used to call them figosicche. We used to open them up, and you know, and they used to dry them in the sun, and they used to get mellow. Oh, they used to get beautiful. That's your phone ringing. Oh, that's the end of the story.
Wait.
About 7 years old, I climbed. You know, I used to love blackberries, but this was a white berry tree we used to have. So I climbed on the tree, and I eat all the white berries, but when I came down, I couldn't come down. I still today, I don't know how I came down. I couldn't come down. I was way up on the treetop. Oh, I still remember that, boy. Oh, my God. Oh, climb a tree. I don't know how I came down, but I came down. Thank God I made it. Didn't break my neck. Oh, it was good. It was good. Very good. I had nothing to do. I used to cut all dolls' dresses, you know, and I used to sew them, and then I used to embroider them. I used to embroider them, and then I used to go, see, like from here to there, the end of this hall, there used to be a river. They used to call it Cimolongo. Cimolongo means along where the water would come down. My mother used to go wash her clothes there. And you know, I used to go wash my little doll's clothes there, and I used to hang them on the grass. And I used to embroider them. It was nice. It was wonderful.
Is that what you did when you came here?
Oh, yes. I used to embroider, cut my children's clothes, make my own clothes.
What did you do for work when you worked?
Oh, I used to work in the knitting mills, Master's knitting mills. Do you know, 1921, I used to make a penny a minute, 60 cents an hour, penny a minute, 60 cents an hour. Nobody earned that money. I was only 14. No, I was 15. 14 and a half, 15, when I learned that. You know, they used to make arrows on stockings, you know. And I had embroidered those stockings with silk. Used to put a plastic egg inside the silk stocking, and we used to have to embroider 10 stitches, one color, 10 stitches, another color, and then we had to make the arrow on the top, and we have to make the edge underneath like it was like a tree, like, you know what I mean, at the bottom. Oh my God. And you know, I used to make a penny of it. I'll never forget that either.
How many years did you do that, Chelsea?
Well, I didn't make it too long, but then I got married. I made it too long. I got married, and then I expected a child, and then I used to work at the same time, but I was 7 months alone, so I was 7 months alone. And then I should take my homework home. I used to go there to the factory, take the work home, and I used to do them in my house. And I used to get at 5 o'clock, and you see where I live at the top floor, 28 Fleet Street I used to live, and in the back. And the sun, as soon as the sun would rise, it would come right in my bed. So I'd sit on the bed and I used to embroider stockings. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Who ever do that today?
No more.
It's a hard life.
It was a hard life, you'd say?
Yeah, it was a hard life. It was a good life. It was a hard life. Very good. It's very much
Interesting.
hard life. So it's the end of that. Marie, hai fatto? No,